What's up, YouTube? It's your girl Malika, aka Mali, aka Malibu, whatever you want to call me. It's still me, looking different in a different location, but it's still Malika's Flex. Okay, per. Okay, so if you are on this video, you would have seen my thumbnail. By the way, if you see mango itch up in my teeth, mind the business. If you see a mango stain on my shirt, mind the business, okay? But yes, guys, so you would have seen the title of my thumbnail and also the title of my video. I want to do this video before tomorrow because tomorrow I do have some more treatments to get, and I don't know how I'm going to feel after tomorrow, to be honest. So I'm just doing the video from now. So yes, a lot has been going on, and for those of you who saw my posts on my Instagram, my Facebook, my WhatsApp, you guys have been concerned. I got so many messages from you guys, and I do appreciate the outpouring of love and affection that you guys have given to me. Let me address my hairstyle first of all. Okay, I got to Jamaica, and I had a wig on. I had my trusted wig on, and my plan was come to Jamaica. I made arrangements with my hairdresser. I wanted to get my hair washed and combed and, you know, get ready for a hot girl summer. Anyway, today I literally went on the road with my hair all crazy. People look for me and everything. And my mom ended up washing my hair and just plaiting it up, and I was like, should I put on my trusted wig? And I was like, no, because I'm coming to you guys today raw, uncut. This is how I look today. This is how I feel today. This is how I'm coming to you today, okay? So you guys have to see me in my worst and in my best states, right? Yes. So I wanted to share with you guys what has been happening with me. It has been such a scary and life-changing event for me, and because this is something that happened so suddenly to me that I never in my wildest dreams could think could happen to me. I never knew of this thing or anything. I also want to bring awareness to this thing. All right, so here is my story. On June 7, 2024, just the other day, yes, I was in Atlanta with my friend. We went to watch a movie, you know, the Bad Boys movie. We watched it and we enjoyed it. It was a good movie, and we left the movie and we decided that we were going to Burger King. We went to Burger King, and suddenly I started to feel extremely tired. It wasn't a, oh, I want to sleep tired. It was a tiredness that I've never experienced before in my life. No, because I was on some medication prior. Before this day, you know, I had feelings and symptoms of being tired, but I thought it was the medication that I was on. Otherwise, for something else. If you watched my previous video, and I'm ensured to drop that video first, some of you guys were confused as to why I dropped that video. I just didn't want you guys to get confused. I wanted the timeline to be correct. In moments in that previous video that I did telling you guys that I'm coming back to Jamaica, you'll notice that I kept saying, I want to sleep, I want to sleep, I want to sleep. And I think those were some signs that I never noticed. And as someone who has PCOS, I am always tired. So being tired is just a part of my entire being. So, you know, you feel yourself being tired for days upon days. You're not thinking anything of it. So yeah, on that particular day as well, when I went to the movie with my friend, I didn't have breakfast. I didn't have my multivitamins that I usually have in the mornings. And I'm not somebody who misses my vitamins. I always have my vitamins. But missing your vitamins one day shouldn't cause anything to happen to you though, right? Anyway, went to the movies. As I said before, it was great. Then when we went to Burger King, I was so tired. I ordered my food. I knew I felt tired, and I was like, you know what, let me sit down and wait. And mind you, it was empty, so it's not like we're waiting on anybody. It wouldn't have taken long for me to get my food. I was like, let me sit down. As I was sitting down, I just felt myself, I felt kind of breathless. I was just tired. And even the security guard, he noticed that I just didn't look right. He was like, miss, are you okay? Do you need to go to the hospital? And I was responding to him like, no, I'm not okay. Yes, I need to go to the hospital. So as my friend and I approached the car, I was like, I need to go to the hospital. And she was like, sure you want to go home? I was like, no, take me to the closest hospital. And in that moment, as I was sitting in her car, it increased. I started to slur my words. I could not speak properly. I started to pray over my body. I was numb on the right side of my face. Like, the right side of my mouth was numb. I was like, you know what? In my mind, I was like, you know what? Diabetes travels on the 4 parts of my... But all my grandparents, my late grandparents had diabetes. And I know that my grandfather, whenever he was like low on sugar, he would begin to pass out. And I was like, I don't have diabetes. I've never been diagnosed with diabetes before. I've always gotten good blood results and all that when it comes out to those things. But suppose, you know, because girl big and me not eat well all the time, suppose that I do have diabetes or something, and suppose this is my blood sugar going lower, and I was like, all right, I haven't had anything to eat all day, let me try to eat something. I didn't eat anything. I had the juice from the Burger King. I was like sipping it, trying to, you know, get some sugar in my body, thinking that, okay, all right, this is going to prep me up. But as I was sipping the drink, I realized that the right side of my mouth was still not sipping properly. I'm still sipping. I'm, you know, trying to revive myself. The numbness moved from the right side of my mouth to the right side of my breast, and it was just numb. And I began to pray over my body. I just started to pray over my body, and the numbness just moved from one side all the way down to my toes. And so my friend, she was, you know, rushing me to the closest hospital. By the time we got to the hospital, the numbness wasn't there so much. Oh, and by the way, of course, with all of this, I called in my husband, and I noticed that something was wrong, because I said to my friend, I'm going to send you Sheldon's number so you can call him and tell him where we're going, and likewise I'm going to send your number to Sheldon. And I noticed I sent her the 2 numbers. I sent her own number and whatever, and my mind just was not what it was supposed to be. I was texting my husband, you know, any medication that I'm on, you know, just so that when he gets to the hospital, he can tell the doctors anything that I'm on. And I wasn't spelling the thing. It was taking me a while to concentrate, to spell and say, this is what I'm on, whatever. Luckily, while I was texting him all of that, he was there sending me pictures of different things that he was, you know, different medication that he see on the counter and whatever, you know, asking me if, you know, these are the things that I'm on and whatever. All right, good. Called my mom, you know, told her that, you know, I told her what was happening to me. You know, mommy, I'm on the way to the hospital, pray for me. And even she could hear it in my voice, because my words were slurring. I wasn't speaking properly. You know, words like think, I don't say think, and I was saying think. Like, even when I'm, you know, I'm praying over myself, I was aware that I wasn't speaking right. I don't know how well to express it. And there in my head, I was wondering, am I having a stroke? Like, at 28 years old, am I having a stroke? Like, what? Anyway, got to the hospital, got to the ER. They took me out of the car, put me into a wheelchair. My friend was trying to find parking, and as she was trying to find parking, you know, they had my bag and everything with me. They brought me into the ER, and as I was checking in, I remember the man asking me, what is your name? And I said, my name is Malika. What is your last name? And I looked at the man, and in my mind, I knew I had 2 last names. I have my father's last name, Palmer, and I have my husband's last name, Allen. could I tell the man my last name? No. For some reason, it could not come out of my mouth. It's somewhere in my mind, but it's not translating through to my mouth. The man asked me, what's your phone number? My phone number is something that I'm supposed to know. My phone number is something that I use every day. I did not know my phone number. But then at the same time in my mind, I was like, okay, my phone number is in my phone. Like when you go into contacts, it's right there, like as the first contact, you. I could not remember how to get to my contacts, to get to my phone number. Asked me for my social security. Taxis are just done. I know my social security out of my head. I just couldn't remember basic information about myself. And at that point, I was like, yeah, I'm probably having a stroke or something. But why? Anyway, they rushed me to the CT, to do a CT scan. At that point, I was like, Jesus God, I don't want to do a CT scan because you're not supposed to do CT scans when you're pregnant. I was pregnant. Operative word was. But anywho, they have to do what they have to do. Rushed me to do the CT scan. While I was doing the CT scan, I threw up all of the juice that I was trying to intake in the car, trying to revive myself. I threw that up, and I felt this burning in my stomach. I don't know, I felt that burning. I don't know, something was like, something alright. After the CT scan, I asked them, listen, before the CT scan, I was asking them to go use the bathroom. After the CT scan, they allowed me to use the bathroom. And guys, sorry, I should have said this at the start. This video may be very graphic, or I'll be giving a lot of details. So if you can't manage to hear the word blood or this or that, this video is not for you. So you can stop watching at this point in time. But yes, after the CT scan, went to the bathroom, realized I was just peeing blood. Alright, cool. Alright, so by the time I came out of the CT room, they brought me back to another room that they had from the emergency floor. Sheldon was there at the time, my friend was there. I don't remember what they said. I think they were saying that only one person could be there for me. I don't remember. But they continued to test me. So they were showing me pictures of random things. A hammock, kitchen cupboard, lady washing dishes, and they were asking me to identify the things. What are these things? I could not say what the things were. So I saw the hammock and I was able to describe it. I was telling Sheldon that we have one in our backyard, which we did. So I saw the cupboards, but I couldn't say that these were cupboards. I was like, oh, these are used in the kitchen. I was just giving descriptions of what the things were, but I couldn't say the names of the things. Thankfully, from the CT scan, they also did an MRI the next day. Everything came back. I did not have a stroke, thankfully, but obviously something was messing with my mind, right? The next day, they took me officially into the hospital. So they brought me upstairs, admitted me, and at this point I didn't even understand what was going on. I just know that they were telling me that they're going to put something in my neck. I don't know if you can show. Can you show it here? It has healed, but they're telling me that they're going to put something in my neck. I don't know what this is for, but okay, put something in my neck. All right, they put something in my neck. I'm gonna show pictures on the screen, and they were telling me that they're going to give me plasma, this, that. They're talking, but like I'm not really understanding. And at this point in time, I did not even understand that I was dying. I did not understand. They're just telling me, oh, we're doing this, we're doing this, we're doing this, we're doing this, we're doing. I mean, never understand. Say, I'm a deathbed, me depan. I didn't understand that I was literally on my deathbed. It was, so this was a Friday, by the way, and sorry if I'm all over the place. I mean, I've always been all over the place whenever I do my videos anyway, but this was a Friday when I went into the emergency room. So by Saturday, all of this is happening with them putting in things in my neck and all these things. Tell me that they're going to give me plasma. and whatever. And I just didn't understand. It was Tuesday. It wasn't until the Tuesday when the hematologist came to me and said, this is very bad. This is very bad. Yeah, your numbers are not increasing. And da, da, da. And it was at that time that I really started to freak out, because I was like, hold up, what is happening? Telling me that I'm diagnosed with this and that, and what? How did I go from watching a movie to things in my neck and need plasma and all these things? Like, what? So yeah, so after all the tests, by the second day they would have deduced that I developed a rare autoimmune disease called something that I really can't pronounce. For short, it's TTP, and I'm going to put on the screen what the word is. Some thrombotic, thrombopinopinin or whatever, purpura. That's what it's called. Yeah, it's a rare autoimmune disease, very fatal if not treated. So by the time I had realized that I was dying, the doctors were trying to calm me down to say, yes, it's fatal if left untreated. He was trying to explain that it's something like back in the day when, you know, when pneumonia was new and nobody knew how to treat it and people were dying, but now they have treatment for it, so I'll be okay. Once they do the plasmapheresis. So basically what plasmapheresis is where they basically take out my bad plasma and replace it with good plasma. Now, this disease is so new to me. I'm still trying to learn it myself, but I just know that whenever I see bruising on my skin, this is actually healing right now. When I see random bruising on my skin, it means that my platelets are more than likely low and I need plasma treatment. Now, this isn't a thing where, oh, every month or every week I'm going to be needing plasma. Apparently this is a disease where if treated properly and managed properly, I don't have to have a relapse of whatever this was for years to come. Some people say it takes a year before something else happens to them. Some people say 5 years, some people say 10 years. There's this lady in the support group, because I joined a support group on Facebook to understand it better. There's this lady in this support group who says that she's had it from 1995. That's when I was born, back when treatment was limited. She's still here living. Right now the survival rate is 80%. So with treatment, proper treatment, yes, you can survive this thing, but it's scary because at one point your platelets can be high and then tomorrow your platelets can just drop. Now, of course, you try to maintain it. I mean, some people say that they do all that they can to maintain it and something just happened and they just relapse. Like, there's no telling, oh, don't eat this and then your platelets will be high. Eat this and it's literally something so random. So what would have caused me to suddenly develop TTP? They are not sure, but my doctors are saying that possibly because of the pregnancy. My pregnancy was not far. At the time when I was admitted, I was just 4 weeks along. And you're probably wondering, how you know that you're 4 weeks along? Most people don't even find out until That's another story to tell, which I will tell and talk about in another video. But when I entered the hospital, I was 4 weeks along, entered June 7, stayed for a week. For the week that I was in the hospital, they gave me plasmapheresis. I was put on steroids, still on steroids, and let me tell. Anyway, put on steroids, put on a whole bag of different medications, and for each medication that they gave me, I was like, remember, I'm pregnant, is this safe for a very, very young pregnancy? And they're like, yeah, but of course at the end of the day they're trying to save my life, because if my life is not saved, no other life can be saved, right? So I was in Atlanta, in a hospital in Atlanta, being treated for this TTP thing. They released me. They said that my platelets were at a safe level and I responded well to the plasmapheresis. I am free to go home. All right, cool. Free to go home, but at the same time, going home for me is going back to Jamaica, because in all of this, I never planned for all of this. I'm going back to Jamaica to live, or possibly to live, because like, you know, different ideas, I might, whatever. Anyway, so the day after I was released from the hospital, I miscarried. And I knew, I told you guys when I did the CT scan, that I felt something in my belly button burn me. But while I was in the hospital, they tested my levels, they said my ATG levels were still good, whatever. But as a woman, you just know your body, you just know when something off. So yeah, the very day after I left the hospital, I miscarried. And I was like, okay, but this TTP thing is a blood disorder. If I'm miscarrying, I'm bleeding, how this I gonna work now? May I lose blood? Like, them just give me the plasma. Like, oh, this, how is this going to work? Went to the ER. The very day when I realized that I was miscarrying, went to the ER. The ER was a different hospital this time, because I just went to the hospital close to where I was living. Hospital that I was in before was a hospital close to where I was with my friend. So yeah, went to the ER because I wanted them to do a CBC, check my platelets, see if the platelets were still okay, if that I'm miscarrying. The platelets were okay, but I still didn't feel right. Like, I still had some like numbness, I still felt very weak, and I'm like, if I'm miscarrying, this is not good. And I'm reading all the things from the support group that I joined on Facebook, trying to learn about this TTP thing. I'm like, if I'm bleeding, this is not really this is not really good. Fine. ER sent me back home, continue packing to go to Jamaica. Land Jamaica the Tuesday, the 25th of June to be specific. And I just felt tired the entire day. But you know, you're just saying, okay, it's because I've been packing and everything, I'm just tired. And of course, being tired is a symptom of this TTP thing, because of course your platelets are low. All right, the Wednesday after arriving in Jamaica, of course, I'm moving about because, you know, we have things to do. And I realized that my husband and I, we were in the store and I couldn't move. Like, I'm picking out things and so forth, and I just could not move. I couldn't get up to say, no, I'm gonna like this, da 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 da. I was very, very tired. Now, of course, I have to establish primary care with a hematologist in Jamaica because of the TTP, and I did have an appointment with a hematologist the next Tuesday, like 1 week after, you know, coming into Jamaica. And my mother was like, no, go to the hospital. Based on how you feel, go to the hospital. I knew that I was gonna be admitted because, like, I felt so tired at the hospital. Like, I could barely move up and down. Went to the hospital the Friday. They did the blood test and they were like, you are not going home, child. Your platelets are at 19. Now, guys, an adult is supposed to have at least 150 platelets. And when I say 150, it's 1,000, right? I had 19. No, when I was in Atlanta, actually my platelets were at 12 and they actually dropped to 9 by the day after. So when they told me that my platelets were at 19, I was like, all right, this low, but I'm not dead yet because my platelets were lower in Atlanta when I started. Okay, here the dilemma. So of course, this is Jamaica, this is a third world country. When I was in Atlanta, I was able to get 15 bags of plasma every night that I was being treated. Come to Jamaica, all right, my first night, I wasn't treated or anything. You know, they're, you know, trying to talk to a hematologist. They're telling me the best they could do for me, 4 bags of plasma. So for 2 nights, I got 4 bags of plasma. Look at the difference. Atlanta, 15 bags of plasma for nights upon every night. until my platelets reached a healthy level. And even with the 15 bags of plasma, so like 2 of the nights my platelets barely moved, and then afterwards it jumped. In Jamaica, 4 bags of plasma just for 2 nights, and then the third night, by the third night I would have already started asking for donations because I realized where this was going. By the third night they were like, we have no plasma for you, how are the donations going? And of course, even when the donations come in, they have to process this and that, so maybe they would not have had anything for me until like the 4th night. But miraculously, from the first 2 nights of plasma that I got, my platelets moved from 19 to like 26, which is not much, which is literally still not much. Remember, you need at least 150 platelets. Then the Tuesday when I was discharged, they're like, in the morning they counted my platelets, it was at 110. I was like, all right, cool, I'm living. It's not at the 150, but I'm living. Then by the afternoon, they're like, it jumped to 231. So I'm like, all right, cool. They discharged me. Of course, I feel like they discharged me because the hurricane was coming, but it's okay. I'm happy that my platelets jumped. No, I am not out of the woods. I still have this TTP thing. It is lifelong. It is not something that can just be cured. It is something that you can get into remission, which is what they're trying to do with me now with this drug called rituximab. Yeah, very expensive. If you want to Google it if you want. Help a sister out. But I don't know, I'm not coming on this platform asking for money. No, I'm just letting you guys know, like, this is what happened to me. One day I was good, just go for watch like a movie. By that same evening, I did. So yes, so yeah, as I said, this is my initial scar that I saw, that along with being tired, seeing this, based on the little research that I'm doing for myself, this let me know that yeah, something was wrong. These are actually from the hospital. These are from the hospital, and I actually see a new, what you call purpura. Yeah, so this is something I need to talk to my doctor about tomorrow when I see my doctor, because seeing new, that's not good. That's not good. That could mean that my platelets are dropping. I don't know. So yeah, this is a scary thing that I'm navigating at the moment. Yeah, I felt like I was missing something, you know, let me add this. So according to the doctors in Atlanta, they're not 100% sure, but they're saying that TTP can be caused by so many things. For women are most of the people who get TTP. Women, it's seen in women who are pregnant, usually towards the last part of their pregnancy, and I'm like, what, yo, Jano, I was like in such an early stage, what? But they're not 100% sure. There's a particular test that I need to take, this gene test, for them to kind of rule out certain things and see what could have caused it, if the pregnancy could have caused it. And specifically with this pregnancy, I'm saying this pregnancy like I've been, this is my only pregnancy, okay? Specifically with this pregnancy, because of the nature of it, as I said, talk about it later on, they're wondering if the pregnancy could have brought it on. Now, for those of you wondering, you're like, oh my god, well, can you get pregnant again? Yes, but me not know if me gonna do that. Because listen, if a pregnancy causes for me, I don't know. In my support group, people are like, don't be scared to get pregnant. I have 3 kids, I have a twin, and I have a this and that. You just have to work with a hematologist, and again, an OBGYN. And I'm like, this a two book again. Like, as a woman, like, you know your body and you know what you're willing and what you're not willing to do. And I'm like, I don't know. Y'all will understand me better when I do my other videos, specifically on the pregnancy. But yeah, I don't know. Bye. If there are any questions that you have, anything that you think I did not say or clarify, please put them in the comment section down below. Keep me in your prayers, guys. Guys, if you hear me asking for plasma again, I'm begging you, please. I'm beginning to save my life. Okay? Alright, so that's that. I feel like I'm missing out something, but yeah, that's that for now. So this is your girl, Malika, aka Mali, aka Malibu, whatever you want to call me. Bye. Bye. Have a different meaning. Bye.